Well, hello there, Scorpio, and welcome to your forecast from the Gasmic Tarot. This is a general reading, love, money, career for the period beginning the 8th of March. Because it is a general reading, it may not resonate with all of you. So please go check out your moon sign forecast and your forecast for your rising sign as well. If this does resonate with you, if you want to claim the reading or want me to resonate with your energy, please throw a comment below the video. Thank you again for liking and subscribing so YouTube can find my new channel. I really appreciate that. Oh, thank you, Spirit. If this is your first time, I have my own entourage of spirits, an army, if you will. Past guides. Somebody asked me, are they bad spirits? No, they're not bad spirits. I do not live in Earth A, fear-based emotions. I live in Earth B. These are past masters. They are some of my karmic and past lives guides. They're my current guides. So, yeah, tons. Got my own little entourage. But I'm also getting some of your spirits in here. Some of you who are guided to the video. They laugh, they scream, they cry. They do whatever they can. They sing. You know, they do whatever they even turn my television on. It was like a Leo reading in December. Really cool. Anyway, they're around also for some of you who are guided to the video. Sometime I'll get a message from them or at least a description. They're vying for my attention as I'm trying to do these readings. So anyway, spirits for the period beginning the 8th of March. What do we have for our Scorpios? What do we got? All right. 10 of Rods. We have the 7 of Swords in reverse. 5 of Cups. We have the Tower. Wow, okay. I'm going to be pulling more cards, I can tell. Okay. 7 of Cups. 6 of Cups. Let's start with those. All right, so the 10 of Rods. Okay, staffs. Whatever you want to call them. Wands. All right. It doesn't really matter what you call it. This is about feeling overburdened, carrying too much on your plate, feeling stressed. So it's like you're taking the weight, some kind of weight on your shoulders. You're taking on too much, or you're feeling too much that you have to be accountable for everything. And Spirit's already telling me, yeah, not so much. Do what you can. The rest will work itself out. So at the beginning of the period or before the beginning of this period, this is what we see coming in. Now it's right next to that is that that 7 of Swords. Not a card I particularly care for. Typically, when in an upright position, it signifies the thief, somebody, pulling the wool over your shoulders, somebody invading your space. Reverse, it's more about the tendency to give up rather than to take a stand because it doesn't feel natural to you. Maybe the person that you're interacting with, well, it's kind of a stinker. But if you anticipate where they're really coming from with this behavior towards you, it might help you resolve. It's like you're taking on someone else's stuff, Also seeing, so this possible issues, some difficulties that deal with business dealings, maybe something legal here coming in. And you've got this 5 of Cups, which is kind of about you're just not feeling it, You're overburdened. Maybe you're dealing with some nonsense, at the beginning of this period. And you kind of feel like, why am I bothering? What the heck is this? This doesn't fulfill me. What's the use, So maybe you're temporarily moving away from the situation, but you know what happens? Conflict avoidance. We're going to be forced to deal with this. It could be, and you've got the Tower right here. So you're going to be forced to deal with this. The Tower is about change, because the only thing constant in life, and it isn't death and taxes, honey, it's change. That is the only constant. Being born on the 16th, which is the number for this card, I understand how change works, and not everybody likes change. But with all this nonsense, I do see some kind of change as information comes to light in relationships. It might shock you. That will also add to the disappointment here with somebody. There may be some layoffs, or you just recently got laid off, or you're changing positions. You might be changing where you live. I do see, okay, so Spirit is telling me, chillax, just relax, because there are other forces at work here. So do not consider this a negative. Try to see the positive side of this. Try to release some of the negative feelings, those Earth A feelings, that fear, anger, worry, resentment, judgment, those feelings related to this, and move into feelings more of just letting it go up to the guys, the proverbial them, whoever the them are for you. I call them the guys. Hey, guys, I'm going to leave this to you to take care of, because I don't want to deal with this nonsense, and I see choices. So if you can do that, there are choices in front of you. Just make sure that you value and weigh your choices carefully. Some of these choices are delicious. Some of these choices kind of look more too good to be true. So make sure that you're weighting those choices carefully. Now, interestingly enough, what will help you with these choices is if you go back and look at them from the mind's eye of when you were younger, or taking that and bringing it to that place of home mentally for you. It doesn't mean that because for some of you, you can't be going home and talking to people that you value, whose opinion you value for these, but may not mean that. It might, it doesn't have to be a physical trip home. It's just taking this back to that nostalgic state in order to make that decision. Okay, if you do that, what do we got? So the King of Cups is saying follow your heart there. So you're bringing the nostalgia, you're following your heart with these choices, and that's going to help you move forward. Now, the King of Hearts is King of Cards. The King of Cups, I'm sorry. I've got hearts in my mind because it's about follow your heart. But the King of Cups is also about settling conflicts. But they settle easily when you go from a heart space. So at the beginning of the period, we have this kind of nonsense going on with this person. And when you go into our heart space, that earth B vibration, you can easily resolve some of these issues. All right, one more card. Let's see what we got. All right, so we have the Three of Coins. The Three of Coins is about building something, building it bigger, better, smarter. Work smarter, not harder, is what I'm getting from Spirit. This is the architect. This is your ability to build, to move forward. Creative projects. In creative projects, lasting progress in entrepreneurial endeavors. Things are really going to start to move for you when you can release some of that negativity in your life. I hope that makes sense to you guys. All right, so let's take a look at the card that we have. Oops, the past master card. We've got Moses, and Moses is saying, take charge of the situation. And Scorpios, oh my gosh, besides being the best kissers in all the zodiac, yes, I've dated a Scorpio. Best kissers ever. Just know that you have the power. You have the strength. You have the know-how to take charge of any situation that's in front of you. When you're dealing with stuff that's on your plate, feeling overburdened, go to the dollar store, get a notebook, write it down, release it from your chest, and that anxiety will subside. deal with it and don't try to avoid it, and maybe you'll get rid of all the anxiety. You may not win friends and influence people, but you'll feel better. Change is coming. You either have to embrace the change or get sucked into the abyss, which is not your it's not your makeup. That's not you. Change comes, you go, oh, this wasn't what I was expecting. So turn it around and do this and say, you know what? I'm sure something amazing will happen, something more wondrous than I could possibly imagine. And that's how we embrace change. When change happens, once we change our outlook from a negative to a positive, then the change happens quickly. Here's an example. So here I am, and I'm on a contract. I do consulting work, right? And I'm consulting at the time, and I get laid off. Now, I hated the job, by the way, but I was staying there. The money was good. The work wasn't hard, but it was not my cup of tea. I didn't like it. I didn't like the people I was working with. Well, I got laid off with a bunch of people that got laid off during the contract period. And one of the full-timers was trying to make me feel bad and said, gee, Ann, I'm really sorry. You lost your thing and da-da-da, and times are tough and ba-ba-ba. And I said, oh, gosh, you guys did me a favor. This was such an underutilization of my skill set. Guess what happened? Just by me saying that, I got a call out of the blue for something else. And I was working. I had a 2-week unpaid vacation. But after that, I was working again. So, and this was during an economic time, an economic downturn. So you never know. When you keep your outlook high, what does Michelle Obama say? When they go low, we go high. All right, let's utilize that. And I'm not political, but let's utilize that. When we go high, we get high from high vibrational experiences from the universe. You want to have the crappy experiences? Stay in fear, stay in anger, stay in judgment. I got this one guy, oh my God. He keeps throwing these nasty little comments in these videos. He's not getting it. You want to stay in Earth A? Knock yourself out. Come to Earth B. The water is fine. Dip your toe in. Peace, love, joy, bliss, deliciousness, appreciation. Okay? If you're at hope and courage, you're almost there. Hope and courage are still fearful emotions. Knowing that no matter what happens, you're going to be just fine. There you go. And not feeling anything negative when you think that. You can say something. How does it really feel in your gut? If it feels good, you're in the right heart space. All right, kids, that's all I've got. Thanks again for liking and subscribing. And we'll see you next time.